Happy Wednesday. What do we got? We got September 17th. The fall is coming, but we still got baseball kicking. Josh Inglis, Derek Carty covers his best MLB bets here for Wednesday. Some things moving. You wanted Nick Pivetta today. Why did that go off the board? Why was that only available in one spot? It's so weird.
Yeah, it was in a couple, and then it went off the board, and I'm not sure why. Like, I don't see a lot of weather risk. I don't think he's got like a pitch count thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see, just to see it at one book, because usually you might see it at the 15.5, but a 17.5 guy, interesting spot there. But we do have 5 plays from Derek, 4 from me, 3 from John coming up here on the Wednesday. The internet is trying to hold on here, and I'll just try to fight through this as always. Thank you so much for my internet provider. Let's roll. This is how we're doing things today. We'll tell you the book. We'll tell you some secondary books. We'll try to tell you a fair price as well. Know to move, because different people, different books, different outs. We know, we hear you. And good morning to everybody there in the chat. Happy to see everybody there. We got some afternoon baseball today. Let's get rolling. We're on a pitcher prop here. San Francisco, Arizona. We're at Bet365. Producer Mick is finding ways around not having the page load. So he's searching for the guys. We're on hits allowed, and we have lost 20 points there, Derek.
We have, huh? Of course. I think 20 points is too much. Let me see if there's anything close to.
There was, yeah.
Wow, no, I think he's moved just about everywhere. I think we'll have to scratch this one. Sorry, guys.
All good. Verlander, we had under 5.5 hits allowed. There was a couple of plus money plays with the market at about minus 115, minus 120, but all those numbers are gone. We roll on. The home run parade today. Let's go, Baltimore. At the White Sox. Attaboy. Let's go. Miguel Vargas for a home run. Let's make sure our number is there. Now, this is a very interesting way to try to find a prop. This is a funny way to look at a player and see how many props they have. Jumping Jehoshaphat. There it is on the left. No, that's total bases. Oh, they have all their alts on there as well, so that makes it easy. Holy jumping.
You could do a control F on the page and search
Gotta
for
do a control F. The first play, Bobby Newport, was Verlander under hits and allowed, but that number moved 20 points on us, so we're not going to get there. How is it not listed there anymore?
Oh, people are saying it's off the board. All right.
How? How is this home run prop off the board?
I don't know. That is a good question.
Your fair price for the Vargas home run prop was around 420, 430. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, we can still do Vargas at Ballybet has the next best line. As long as he's not off the board there, we can do that, Mick.
Yeah, plus 469 at DraftKings. I know there's better prices around than that. 450 at FanDuel. Holy correction. There's a mole in this production.
Yeah, seriously. Someone's in our chat hitting the plays hard.
Someone's hammering the bets in the chat. 'Tis not I. Even though I'm probably first on the suspect list. 475 at ESPN. Thank you, MD Sports.
Yeah,
575. So Bally has the 575. Oh my goodness, 325 at Hard Rock.
It's crazy how much the odds can vary for home runs. And it's almost like, I don't know, like, well, I mean, it's not almost like people must be less price sensitive to home runs than they are anything else, because like a 25-point move on a strikeout prop is enormous. A 25-point move on a home run prop, like, I feel like no one even blinks their eyes at. Like, it makes a difference. Especially if we're talking 200 points or 300 points, it's a big difference. Like, it goes from being a good play to at the Hard Rock price, like, it's projects for negative expected value. Like, it's just crazy how much it can swing.
Seth asking 425. I think looking at your numbers, I saw your fair price around 425, 430. So that's not a play you want to get on.
427. You nailed it almost exactly.
It's your numbers make it very easy to find the fair price when it says the blitz number versus the implied number on the price. That's how you find the fair price. Let's go. Yeah, so that's off. So it is a point. Like, it's just, there are some days where it's just 200 points is crazy.
It does look like if you have access to exchanges, they're offering more like 500, 550, as opposed to like this 420 nonsense that a bunch of books seem to have.
All right, let's head over to Arizona. Diamondbacks hosting the Giants. Staying at Bali here. Home run. Let's go. Matty Chapman, if our number's there. 575 is there. Facing Brandon Fad, who I don't know if you've seen, his out prop has fallen to 15.5. That guy is limping to the finish line. He's getting hit hard. Fair price here. I got you around 440, 450. If I'm correct, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know as well.
449.
Hey. But yeah, let me know in the chat where the other prices are. So 475 is, I don't know if I'd be running out to get it, but it is plus EV from that 449 number.
Slightly plus EV. I think I'd rather get it over 500 if you can. Again, just because the fair line is 449, there's always going to be some variability in that. Like, it sounds precise, but projections are never precise. There's always the chance for variability. So you want to leave a little bit of wiggle room in general. So if you can get it like 500, 510, I think there's a couple 510s out there.
503 at DK.
I prefer that.
I think DK has, I think there's a daily home run boost if it's still available to you. Interesting to see. Have yet to see if DK is giving the ghost leg parlay again. I think they've been just handing out money over the last 2 weeks with that promotion, but haven't heard anything from them yet. Let's keep rolling. Another home run prop. Tampa Bay. Hopefully a fan won't steal a home run. Well, maybe it would work with this bet, but that was a greasy call. Fan interference, yes, but the home run would have went out. I don't think so. You have no cameras at that AAA stadium. We go Vladdy 480 for a home run here at Ballybet. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. home run 480, fair price around 365. Facing Seymour from the left side. First time he's seen him. Just are you like, I know we've talked about it. It's like game 151 today or something, Derek. But Vladdy at like 25 home runs is probably underperforming from where his metrics are. No?
Yeah. And I think a lot of that has to do with the cold start where he just wasn't hitting home runs and he was showing value in the Bad X every day. And that eventually turned around. And I'm pretty sure I at least wound up being profitable on Vlad, very profitable. So, but yeah, when you get off to a cold start, can be hard to make that up if you're kind of only just playing at your talent level.
Yeah, let's go. Fair price. Correct me. You got the fair price there? 370, 365?
I got 380.
380. Okay, there we go. So 100 points there. Probably don't want anything below 400. 450 at 365. So widely available at bigger numbers there. Good to see. Let's go hitter strikeouts. We're at bet 365. We're on an under. So DraftKings, I know DraftKings does the walks on the over and they release the unders. Chad, let me know, because it's not a market I check kind of at post, or sorry, at post. Do the hitter strikeout unders show up later in the day at DraftKings like their walks do? I'm wondering if
I don't think they do anymore, but that's a good question. It would be really cool if they do. I should look into that.
Troy Johnson. Let's go. Under 0.5 hitter strikeouts, plus 140 here. Oh, sorry, plus 145. Boom. There's your 5 points. We'll take it. Sports Interaction Ontario also sitting at 140. DK has the overs. Facing McCade Brown, right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter, short leash from the righty. McCade. McCade Brown. He has a last name for a first name. That's the struggle there. never seen a hitter under in strikeouts. We've dropped it quite a bit. It's just the market's kind of dried up. They don't really want to risk it.
If you were watching the show last year, we were doing them all the time because there were a number of books that had it, and they all just said, you know what, the Bad X is crushing us. We don't want to offer these anymore. And that made me sad.
Yeah. What game was it? Miami, Colorado. I apologize.
Yeah.
Stop putting them out earlier in the season. Yeah. So I'll just a note to see if we can figure out if they do drop that hitter strikeout under later. Someone asked about, have you hit any of these batter walk recently? I saw you comment on Bryce Harper yesterday at plus 200. Someone in one of the cover social posts. I think that hit first AB for plus 200.
Yeah. Harper has been great. I think 4 days ago, what was that? Maybe Friday, I hit a Harper walk. I hit a Nolan Gorman walk, or maybe that was Saturday. I think actually Saturday. Yesterday, the Naylor one didn't hit, but walks is a good market if you can get it. I do very well with walks.
But you got to be able to sit there and put some time into it. Like, it's not just when you go dabble for a day.
Right. No, it's high variance. It's almost like home runs. Like some guys you're going to bet on a walk and it's going to be, like a 30% chance they're going to get one. So you're not just doing it once or twice. You're betting them in volume over the course of the season.
Yeah. Jose Ramirez, we got last week as well. That was a good pivot off the Harper one to Ramirez. I think that was a sweat-free one as well. So some numbers moved. Some things were there. Justin Verlander, that one moved. Miguel Vargas, we released at Bally Bet number at 575, but for some reason that went OTB at Bet 365. Matt Chapman at Bally at 575, fair price around 440, 450. Vladdy for a home run, 480. You had the fair price around 380, I believe. And then Troy Johnson in the Colorado game, under hitter strikeouts, plus 140. That's what we got rolling for a Wednesday. Derek, I appreciate you. We'll see you back here Friday. We'll see you then. Thanks, pal.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Boom. Let's go. We got more plays. Stick around. Still some more props. I got props. Jon Metler's got props. And speaking of Metler, there he is. Jon Metler was worried he might have to host because of the bandwidth here over at Casa Jingles. How are you, pal?
Good. We need to hit a home run prop. They have not been going well the last couple. The worst part is like we had Perdomo 2 days ago, and he got on base all 5 at bats, no home run. And then last night, I think we had Springer, Judge, Perdomo. I think all of them filled the box score, no home runs, everything but home runs. So I don't want singles. George Springer, I think, had 3 singles yesterday. I need a home run.
If you're not watching the game and you go to the box score and you see 3 runs, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and you scroll down to the home run and there's nothing there, that's the worst kick in the balls.
The worst. And like I was saying that to Mick yesterday before we did the show, because my best like sleep window with the baby is like 11 till like 3. So I didn't see the Diamondbacks game. I woke up and Perdomo had, it was like, 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and you're like, oh yeah. And you scroll down and it's like double and triple. And you're like, no.
Nick Porto talking about that awesome Holiday plus 900 play, which I still loved. Last at bat, flew out to the wall in right field in Toronto. Yeah. Just don't check the exit velocity logs. No, that's too far. No.
That can be depressing too. Yeah.
All right. We got a bunch of plays today, so let's roll them out. Producer Mick behind the buttons helping things out. All right. I'm going Yankees. I'm going Twins. And I'm going Luis Gil. Over 15.5 outs, minus 111. Now, I'm working against some projections here, which I don't love doing always, but the projection there is 86 pitches, and he's coming off a no-hit performance where he went 93 pitches, and they had to pull him. I mean, I think this is his 9th start since returning from a lat injury that cost him the first half of the season, but 93, 90, 98, 92, 93 pitches in his last 5 games. So not a bad idea to project 90 to 95 here. 20 hits, 6 earned runs over his last 6 starts. Got to cut down on the walks. That's the only issue here that's pitching up or driving up his pitch count. But 15.5 at minus 111. I think you take this to minus 125, minus 130. Just got to get deep there, Luis Gil, who's probably, I don't know, for the Yankees. Is he I don't know, a starting pitcher in a 5-game series. He might be. Money line for you, pal. A little juice. Luzardo versus Snell, but you're taking the 40 points on the Dodgers.
Yeah, I can take the Dodgers minus 140. I mean, I know this bet isn't for everyone, but I placed a bet on it, so I was going to talk about it. There's not the biggest of edges. I thought this should be closer to like minus 160, but it's one of those. It's one of the best teams in baseball. You're arguably the best team in baseball. So when you're giving me an edge on one of the best teams in baseball, even if it's smaller than what you might see somewhere else, I mean, I'm going to take it. I just really like the spot here. Yesterday, I think Ohtani had like a no-hitter through like 5 innings, and they lost 9-6. But the Phillies, the first 2 games in LA, they've had to use David Robertson. They've had to use Johan Duran. So like they're back into their bullpen. It's back-to-back days. They both pitch. I doubt they're available today. So that really hurts them. And the Dodgers have a much deeper bullpen, in my opinion. So, and then you look at the starting pitcher matchup, Blake Snell, he can take out Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber. And that's kind of like where all the juice comes from in that Phillies lineup. So minus 140. I thought this should be closer to minus 160. Give me the Dodgers on the money line. They've dropped the first 2 here to the Phillies. I feel like this is just not a good spot for the Phillies. You've taken 2. You burned up all your best arms. Probably like you're not going to just give away the game, but it's just a tougher spot for them.
There's Uncle Josh getting the worst number on Luis Heel in the chat. And that's what you get. I probably should have prefaced that. When you go against the projections, when you go against Derek's numbers, best price usually later in the day because the influence that he has. So we're seeing some big numbers there. Appreciate everybody putting it up there. Sometimes you take the worst number. Sometimes you only have the outs to take the worst number, sadly. But the 111 was still showing value there, I think, on a pitch count that I think could be up an extra 10 pitches. I keep rolling too, and we already talked about him, and I stumbled on his name, and I'll probably stumble again. Miami, Colorado, McCade Brown, under 14.5 outs, plus 121. There's probably a better price of 365 on this as well. The bat says 79 pitches and 13.5 outs. He's at home. It's Miami. Miami's terrible, but it's in Coors Field. So it's one of those ones that if you're betting it at DraftKings, you're going to get reviewed because they review every out market in Colorado. So he's got 4 starts so far. This is a guy who started at single A, at high A ball this year, didn't pitch in triple A, went double A to here, 75, 84, 44, and 81 pitches in those 4. He only had 5 outs in his last start in Colorado. He gave up 6 runs, got the hook. So it's not like, okay, let's sacrifice the young guy to the lambs here and let him get 15 outs. It's like, no, we're protecting him. If he gets beat up early, bring that hook, take him out. High K rate in the minors, but guess what? That doesn't play in Coors. Different story. Yes, Marlins, but 14.5 plus money. It's a sweaty one, as they always are on the 14.5 number. You wanted home runs. You are smashing the Vinnie Pasquantino bucket against the wall. And I don't know. It is a thing. And I've talked to Derek, and Derek's really good at it. When you trust your number, when you trust your edge, when you trust the projections, smart bettors stick with guys because I'm an idiot a lot of the times. Like JJ McCarthy, week 1, loved the over 3.5 rushing attempts. Loved it. Bailed on it last week. Finished with 5. On a bad ankle. Like sticking to what you know early and staying with it is a really good trait. And you're back with Vinny here.
Yeah, before we jump into it here, what you're talking about the projections in certain players, I do think sometimes it's good when you're looking at projections to stick with players who have a lot of data behind them and are in like consistent situations. And I always fall guilty to it too as well. Like a JJ McCarthy, you only have like 1 game sample size for those projections, right? So but if you're looking at someone like a Joe Burrow, like he's 6 years in Cincinnati. So that could be a different show, but sometimes I feel like, like a 15% edge on Joe Burrow or a 25% McCarthy. I feel like I'd rather have the 15% on Burrow, if that makes sense. Cause I feel like it's probably actually there, right? Type thing.
Yeah.
So
no,
when you're sticking with certain players, just something, and always, you can see in all my bets, I really do kind of stick to the superstars. So this home run, I'm going Vinnie Pasquantino to hit a home run. This is the only single play I have, plus 500. He's at home. He's at Kauffman Stadium. not a great ballpark for hitting home runs, but it does look like the weather's kind of in your favor day. It's going to be 83. The wind's blowing out to, I think, center about 5 miles per hour, which isn't that much, but it's typically blowing in about like 10 miles per hour. So that's a good advantage for you there. The splits is what really drives you to this. Bryce Miller is starting for the Mariners. This guy is just serving up home runs every single start he makes. You can go look at the box scores. He's given up 8 home runs to left-handed batters in like 35 innings. That's not a lot of innings. And Vinnie Pasquantino is a left-handed bat. 25 of his 30 home runs on the season are against right-handed pitchers. He's over 200 points higher with the OPS against right-handed pitchers. So the splits really line there. The projections on Vinnie Pasquantino Day was about like plus 340. So this was showing like a really strong edge. We're talking like 35% EV there. So I'm going to take Pasquantino to hit a home run plus 500.
Like it. Bryce Miller has allowed a home run in 9 straight games, 13 total home runs over that stretch.
Yeah.
Derek Adams says, what's going on with 365 that you can't show it anymore? Producer Mick is out of province. It's just, it's interesting to see why the landing page there won't show. Something we are working on. Let's go. Let's pick on someone coming off an injury. Seattle, Kansas City, Cole Reagans under 5.5 strikeouts at good plus money, plus 123. That's in my account. There's probably a better price at Bet365 as there usually is. Not betting there. Making his first start since June 5th. He was on the 60-day DL with a shoulder injury. September 7th was his last start. He threw 56 pitches in AAA. You're not going to go 56 pitches to 85. The rule of thumb that Derek taught me about plus 15. Significant workload decrease. And 6 Ks is a lot on a projection of 71 pitches. Projects for 5.5 strikeouts. So the plus money is where this edges. Tough matchup makes it worse. It's just picking on a guy coming off in a short leash. 5.5 is big. Plus money is even better. Let's keep going. Big fucking swing here from John. This is about as big as it gets on the show. All from the same side. Hey, Cole Reagan's only even money on 365. Sorry, I have a terrible habit of just reading things that pop up in the chat. Taj Bradley, you obviously hate his guts, and you're picking on 3 guys to go along.
Yeah, the Pasquantino, I was just in the chat too. I did it by that plus 500 at FanDuel. They're saying it's plus 470 now, plus 450 at Bet99. You can totally play those. Projections are like plus 340. There's a huge edge there. So earlier in the chat, Bobby Newport said there was a 30 or 50% boost at FanDuel. Mine's 40% here in Ontario, and it was for an SGP. So I just decided to put all these Yankees batters together. Aaron Judge to hit a home run, Cody Bellinger to hit a home run, Trent Grisham to hit a home run. All 3 of them were showing like a small edge. They're all about like 10% EV. I couldn't really decide which one to take for like a straight bet. No one was standing out over the other guy. So I was like, hey, if there's a 40% bet or 40% boost at FanDuel, I'll just slam all 3 of these guys together and hopefully we get lucky. I mean, they scored 10 runs yesterday. You're looking at the stats here. Aaron Judge doesn't have great like BVP against Taj Bradley, but if you go back and actually watch the at-bats, he has like 1 flyout that like gets caught at the wall. So I mean, if that's a home run, those BVPs look different. Cody Bellinger has a homer against him. Trent Grisham had a big game yesterday, 3 hits in that ballpark with a home run. So again, like I was saying, all 3 of them were kind of showing edge. There's the plus like 111 to 1. That was with the boost. I probably should have put the non-boosted price on here. So it was about like 79 to 1 without the boost. So it was a 40% boost. But give me the 3 Yankees to hit home run. I'm just gonna put them all together. Hopefully you get lucky. I only threw $10 on this. That's just more for fun.
All right, quite the shot. Wishing Hall happy recovery from wisdom teeth yanking. I got mine out at 19. I sat down. The girlfriend at the time left me with Subway, said, "You'll be okay." Yeah, sure thing. I sat there. For some reason, because you can't eat before. I was hungry. I tried to eat Subway after getting my wisdom teeth pulled out, and I didn't know I was eating my bottom lip the whole time because my mouth was frozen, and I just chewed off my bottom lip. Pretty cool story, Josh. Don't tell it again. No problem. Let's roll. My last play. Texas, Houston. Old Jakey deGrom here in a small number, minus 125, over 5.5 strikeouts. Projects for 6.3 strikeouts on just 85 pitches. That could be a low end on the pitch count there. Has played Houston twice over his last 10 starts as well. 90 pitches plus, 8 strikeouts in each of those games. Coming off a low 2K outing. Oh, a little worrisome. No, not so much. In his previous 15 games, he's got at least 5 strikeouts, and he's over this number in 12 of those 15. So absolutely racking it up. And 4.5 games back in the division, 3.5 back in the wild card. Jacob deGrom absolutely has to push today on the road in Houston, in a place where he's already racked up 8 strikeouts a couple of starts ago. So that's where we go with that, minus 125. The projection is 6.3. So that can go up to 6.5 plus 120. I think that's as far as it is. There it is. Oh, so deGrom is 6.5, 365. Chris, what's the number you got there? Because this was my number at DraftKings today. I was a late bloomer. Yeah, that is a late one to get your teeth out. You got your wisdom teeth yanked out there, Johnny? Woo, 135. Yeah. So 135 projects pretty well on that number as well. I think I'd rather the 5.5 at minus 125, but with the projection at 6.3, I think it's fair price on the 6 is what? Plus 110. No Subway, just Mr. Noodles. That's smarter than I am.
Yeah,
all right, so go ahead, pal.
No, I was gonna say I got mine out grade 9 high school or freshman high school if you're in the States. But yeah.
Minus 147 now, DraftKings 5.5. So that one's moved. And that's a good point. If you're using Derek's numbers, if you're using the projections over, it covers as well. The overs always move a lot faster than the unders. It just shows you who wants to bet what. I don't know. Life is short for the unders. It is. 7 is 140. So there you go. So the best price, and I think the best projection, I'll actually bring it up right now. See what we got here, as I probably have to log in. Let's
if
see.
You don't wake up early in the morning, you're not getting too many overs in your account. Because there's
not a chance. I had the day off yesterday. And didn't hit the account until like 10:30. And I'm like, nope, nothing here.
Yeah.
Let me see what the best.
If there's like 500 player props on board, it goes for NBA, NFL, all of it. If there's like 500 player props on board, there'll be like 20, 30 with an edge to the over, and there'll be like 150 with an edge to the under. So, and then the 20, 30 with the edge to the over disappear really fast. They get hit pretty good right away. So,
come on, log in. Come on, log in. Doesn't want to be there for me.
I have a 2-year-old getting up at 5 a.m. as my superpower.
That's it. So that's a good price. I'm trying to find. I'm just trying to find the expected value on the 6.5 versus the 5.5 here. As I bring it up, how has that changed? Having a child, how has that changed your betting habits into? I don't know. Looking at the market first thing in the morning, it's probably better for you, no?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I have a 5-month-old, so my superpower is getting up at 3 a.m. This guy. So I was always early for betting, and I think you can see that from the tweets and stuff. But usually I was up about like 5 for like NBA season. That's when I would get up to start looking at player props. But recently my shift has been starting more at 3, so it's no big deal. It is good to get in there early and kind of see what's going on and stuff. Honestly, the only problem at 3 a.m. versus like a 6 a.m. is sometimes a lot of things aren't posted yet. So you kind of have to wait too for some games. Yeah, my 3-month-old has me on the same schedule. Yeah.
Looks like the comp for that deGrom price is plus 135 over 6.5. That's at Bet365, and then to about minus 145. That's where the comp is. So if you can get better than minus 145 on the 5.5, I think that's the route. But if you're about minus 145 or shorter, I think you can go get the 6.5. The 7 is plus 140 at FanDuel. Thank you to the chat. I'm on the minus 125. I can't bet more than like $5. What? Is that a thing? Is that a thing, Milo, that you're limited to certain times in the day?
If you're night before, there are usually some more restrictions on the openers. If he's using exchanges, then there just might not be like volume in the exchange. I would think maybe at that point, be my guess. But yeah, if you go in night before, there'll be some issues. No, not issues, but like they might deny you from betting it more.
All right. 6+ is Jesus. Okay. Nope. Toy flashback. Can't find close to that number. Minus 139 Bally bets for the over 5.5, but take the 140 at FanDuel for deGrom. Like I said, number goes in before the show. Derek goes, and I probably should have led with that. There you go. I can bet more close to game time. That makes more sense. But hey, appreciate it. Always chat. You guys keep things rolling here, and can't do it without you. Johnny, appreciate it. Bets are in Wednesday here. Hump Day in the books. We're back Friday for another run there. Josh Ingles, Jon Metler, earlier Derek Carty covers his best MLB bets for Wednesday. why don't we throw an afternoon play out a little later today as well, because who doesn't love afternoon baseball? Thank you, producer Mick. We'll see you back here Friday, 9:15. Take care.